multiply using special products. Here we have three examples that look very similar to the last ones we saw, except here they are differences. We've got a difference times a difference, or a difference times itself. So we're going to look at a very similar formula, but because they're differences, it's going to be just a little different, no pun intended. If we have f minus L times itself, f minus L, then the formula tells us to take the first term and square it, and then subtract double the product, and then add the last term squared. So the thing that's different here is that the middle term ends up being negative because of those differences. Let's get some practice using this formula to multiply these special products. Let's look at a minus 9 times a minus 9. Here we have a difference times a difference, and so we can use this formula. We need to take the first term and square it. A squared is, of course, a squared. Then we need to subtract double the product of the terms. Now, if we take the product a times 9 is 9a. If you double that, we get 18a. So it's going to be minus 18a. And then plus the last term squared. If we take 9 squared, that gives us 81. Just a quick note, sometimes students say, when I took the product, why didn't I take a times negative 9 to get negative 9a and then double it to get negative 18a? The reason is this formula takes into account all of the differences and the negative signs. So here, when we write f minus L, L is the thing that's being subtracted, and here 9 is the thing that's being subtracted. So f represents a, and L is represented by 9 in this case. So we don't have to worry about negatives outside of the formula. The formula takes care of that for us. Let's look at the next one. We've got b minus 6 squared. When we square something, we multiply by itself. So we know this is the same as b minus 6 times b minus 6. These are two ways of representing the same thing. And regardless, they fit because it's a difference times the same difference. So we can use the formula. If we square the first term, b squared is b squared. And then we need to subtract double the product. So the product, b times 6, is 6b. If we're doubling that, that's 12b. So we've got minus 12b. And then we've got to take that last term and square it. 6 squared is 36. So we end up with plus 36. And that is our product. Again, I forgot to box in the one before it. And then we've got one more here. We've got 4c to the 5th minus 1, quantity squared. Again, this is the same sort of a thing. We've got a difference being multiplied by itself. Let's rely on the formula here. We square the first term. If we take 4c to the 5th and square it, 4 squared is 16. And then c to the 5th squared is c to the 10th. So we're going to start off with 16c to the 10th. Then if we take double the product of these is 4c to the 5th. Double it, we get minus 8c to the 5th. And then in the end, we have to add that last term squared. 1 squared is 1. So our final product is 16c to the 10th minus 8c to the 5th plus 1.